Last class we study about how to design, how to formulate your problem, how to find out the materials, how to come out with a solution which is maybe a brand new, right, or maybe a existing problem, or can be solvable, not solvable. All the possibilities you will be finding out in your design. At the end, most of the problems should be solvable, right? Some problems which is occurring in natural factors, natural phenomena, human beings, psychology, then it takes time. Other than that, it is solvable. That's how many engineers made impossible things into possible, right? Let's see what is project management. Project management is also one of the area, the best area, a common area for any type of engineering and science or medical, any type of field. One has to acquire the skills. This is called a skill, right? Say for example, now you can understand the importance right from your own project. You're doing project now. I told you to make a group yourself, choose the title yourself, right? Wherein you are showing your project skills, teamwork, how you communicate to your peers, how you communicate with your project mates, how you choose your title based on your expertise, how you interact with the people around you. These are all the skills that you are learning through this project management. You should be getting how to handle this project from the scratch to the implementation. It's not only up to the implementation, it may go even beyond, which is your monitoring management, how you are going to report, how you are going to um, follow up with the practices. Okay, start with, this is covering CLO3, right? We have finished CLO 1 and 2. We are mostly on engineering bodies, right? Engineering bodies, but he has covered almost all of them related to CLO 1 and 2, including some parts in 4. And now I'm covering CLO 3 and 4. 3 will be having apply engineering design process and the importance of project management. So 3 will have engineering design and project management topics, which is covered under taxonomy C3. What is taxonomy C3? Anybody? Taxonomy C3. Any idea? No idea. OBE. Do you remember? C3. Answer me, taxonomy. C3 means apply. Okay. There are different levels of learning in OBE. Number 1 is knowledge, or you need to study and remember. Number 2 is taxonomy 2. The level of learning is after you get the knowledge, you remember things, you should be able to understand it. You should be able to describe it, comprehend it, write an essay, maybe short or long, and then try to apply. Okay, what were the skills you obtain? You try to apply. After applying, analyze. After analyzing, you need to evaluate. After evaluate, create. These are the levels of learning. Under this, you are at the third level, which is apply. It is enough you learn this topic up to application level. Analysis and evaluation will follow. Evaluation and creation. The rest of 3 domain will follow in your year 4, wherein you are going to apply your real project skills in terms of FYP or your capstone. Okay, the portions and the assessment cover assignment and final exam. Okay, your final assignment is a project assignment and the final examination. So are you agree with this online exam? Anybody do not or does not require like online examination? Anyone? No one. You like online examination or not? Imagine there's a poll for students who likes and dislikes online examination. USA is following even before COVID. Some of my friends who are graduated from USA, they are all doing online examination. USA and many developed countries, they depend on online examination. More convenient and faster in evaluation, testing, the marking papers, giving feedback, all very fast when used online. But at the same time, both sides should be ethics, and they have to follow the ethics, they have to be genuine, and then the things are going very smoothly. Okay. Anybody dislike online examination? Quick, raise your hand or talk to me. Then I will arrange for in-person exam or physical exam. No one. These people never take breakfast, never get up early, get ready for class, never talk. I don't know what is going on.
Can we say that we don't like examinations at all?
Oh, very good. Very good. I do agree with you. No testing, just acquire
Yeah,
knowledge, apply, earn
perhaps
money,
more,
settle life.
perhaps
Don't
more
like
project based
examination.
instead of
Writing exams, like first half, the result will be awesome. That's how you can get familiarized, or you have crossed one iron gate already. Otherwise, you will be within the iron gate only. There is always an iron gate, right? Yes, examinations are very hard and dislike. Nobody likes the examination. But when you undergo this, when you subject yourself into this type of examination, you have crossed that particular topic, maybe cyber security, maybe electronic circuit or DC motor, whatever it is you are learning. So examinations seems it is very tough. When you cross it, you are the master, you are the boss. Okay, that's why examinations are important. Although you dislike it, you should like it. Force yourself to like it to cross the iron gate. Right. Where we are now, let's talk about the project management. The slide often missing for my side. I don't know why this is not so flexible like last. I need to practice more on this. Once I come out, then I getting into is taking longer time. Definition: a project is a unique set of coordinated activities. Why I call this as a project? It's a complex. Already I told you, no topic, no task, no problem in the universe is single discipline, right? All multidiscipline, complex in nature. That's why we call it as a project. Hence, projects are always a complex activity and they are unique set of coordinated activities, right? It is not just without any value, without any tag in it. There are some tags, we will see what are they. There are some coordinated activities with the definite starting and finishing points undertaken by an individual or an organization to meet specific objectives with a defined schedule, cost, and parameters. Okay, so these are the things. These are the things one can see in a project. In design, you cannot see the starting and ending time, but in project management, you can see starting and ending because you have a Gantt chart, you have a project schedule, which can guide you through the process, right? The projects are not a one-day project. Mostly, it is running for number of months, number of years, even generation to generation. Sometimes, if it is a sociological project, so we need to have a Gantt chart, have a project schedule to handle them, manage them, so that you can achieve the target set from the project. We will see the parameters one by one later on. This is a definition of the project. It has multiple activities, complex in nature, has time, has definite schedule, cost, and performance parameters. Quality is missing. It also has quality. Later we'll study. A project management is the discipline of organizing and managing resources, right? Management, what you're managing? You're managing resources and organizing the people, the plant, the members, the bodies involved, the partners involved, and so on. Where these resources deliver all the work required to complete a project within the defined scope, time, cost, constraints. So here in this module, you are studying scope, time, cost, but actually there should be one more quality. You need to achieve these four, then only it is a sustainable project, sustainable project management. I don't know why this part is missing. Come on, quality. But for now, just leave with this slide and later I'll amend it. The three of them are scope, defined scope, time, and cost should be there. And then characteristics of a project. Okay, characteristics of a project. Sometimes I may ask in the test or the examination, what are the characteristics of a project? You should remember, right? There are 6 characteristics. Number 1 is has a specific goal. Hmm? There should be a set goal, otherwise it is no longer called as a project. Has set of different activities, right? Even in your project, your own project that you are doing now, you should set the, after coming out with the research questions, related information through brainstorming or collection of materials, reading, then you set your goals. What are the goals you're going to achieve? Maybe two or three, using action verbs. Based on the goal, you set the activities, whether you want to do experimentation, collection of material, analysis, review, tabulation, or questionnaire survey. Set the activities. Has different activities. Has a definite start and finishing time. Once you know the activities, start planning for your time. Which will come first, which will come second, and so on. And how long is it? And some of the activities may be parallel. Okay, you can do literature review at the same time. You can also read for the methods, right? If you are doing a physical project, you may go for data collection, meaning some of the activities may be going parallel. Or when you are executing the project methodology, you can also start procuring your materials and so on. So there are some parallel activities, simultaneous activities going on in a project. It is not always one after another. These are all decided by your scheduling or the dates you're fixing through program, schedule or Gantt chart, project schedule, and so on. Nowadays, there are many different projects, many different softwares which can help you. Monday.com, Wix.com, and then Microsoft Project, many are there. At the end of the class, I'll show you how the Microsoft Project works. Maybe some of you would have used already in your projects in the courseworks or before. This will be very helpful for your project. You can also include, if you want, you can include. It's not mandatory now since you're learning. If not, if you can include in your projects by using Microsoft Project. How you have come out with your project scheduling and the time period that you have planned. You can even have in between the minutes where you conducted a meeting and the time for minutes reporting and so on. You can include in. Okay. Consumes resources. Okay. You set goals. Based on the goals, how you are going to achieve, you set by activities. Once you set the activities, how it is the duration under which you will be handling, and then resources. What are all the materials, methods, and resources? It may be human, right? Manpower also you can include it. How many of you are in the team? What are the materials you're going to use? What are the data you're going to use? What are the methods you're going to use? What are the places you need to visit? What are the people you need to meet? What are the stakeholders inside? All these things you can decide by within these resources. And then while doing this, you will come out with what are the uncertainty, spelling careful, certainty, uncertainty, uncertainty and risk. Okay, there are two different terms. Uncertainty you cannot handle, but risk you can handle it, right? Uncertainty means like mostly environmental changes. They like this medical one. COVID is uncertain. We are not certain it's going to happen in November, last November, starting last November. Can be considered as uncertainty. Even tsunami uncertain, and then but the U.S. economy, all these things fall and rise are maybe predicted, but sometimes it's uncertain. That sudden rise is. Any question? Uncertainty cannot be definite, can be predicted only, right? Can be predicted, cannot be that too. We cannot predict it exactly, just some random value. But risk can be predicted, can be calculated, can be assessed, can be calculated beforehand, so that we are prepared. So these two terms, the one more term you need to add, reliability. When you say risk, when you once you calculate the risk, 100 minus 1 minus risk is your reliability already. So you can also add reliability so that you can say how safe your project is, right? How safe your project is when you calculated your risk, so that you have some rooms to enjoy. Unique in some way. Overall, the project is unique in some way, right? It is not uh, just essay writing or a small task. It is unique in some way because of its scheduled activities, timing, people involved, target to be achieved, right? Lastly, you can say it's unique in way. So these are all the characteristics of a project. It should have a whole goal, activity, you have calculated your uncertainty and risk and should be unique in nature. Any questions so far? Okay. Life cycle. In design, you don't have any life cycle, but projects you should have a life cycle. A to Z. How are you going to run life cycle? Some projects and life cycle may be one part, but most of the cases, if you talk about project management, it can be covered by a project life cycle. Project life cycle means from birth to death, right? Birth until its implementation, and for further down for monitoring. Let's see what are the steps or stages of running a project management. Defining stage, planning stage, execution stage, delivery stage. DPED. DPED. What you should define, then plan, execute, and deliver. How you are delivering, that will have some steps involved in. I will see one by one. Any questions so far? No question, right? Okay, how you define? Uh, Started with the project, right? You can start with any project which maybe you are familiar with, you are not familiar with, right? You have to involve your partners who are all in the related fields. Everyone is having full knowledge or half knowledge, right? In that case, you should go for finding materials, reading materials, journals, existing methods, so that you are acquiring your knowledge. Acquiring knowledge is important to avoid any troubles or troubleshoot, right? When if there is any occurrence of any problem, you can troubleshoot, you can find out the solution, you can still keep going on your project. For that, you really need a vast study on this to define, right? Consists of the inception. Inception means starting, just starting or initiation, and feasibility studies. What are the things to be initiated in the beginning of the project? Feasibility, whether it's suitable. If it is a building project, you need to check the site is feasible or not, whether it's sitting on the flood prone area or not, how many of them are going to affected because of the new project that you have started in a forest. You need to remove the whole forest, or it may be seawater project, right? Marine structure. How many of the aquatic system going to be spoiled, right? And flora, fauna, right? All the underneath the organisms underneath people, the living organisms in the sea. How many of them are going to be affected? The marine population is going to be affected. All these to first, right? Feasibility. Find out the feasibility. At the same time, how feasible it is for the people, whether it's suit for the nature, suit for the people, region, all the feasibility tests, the fit for the purpose. Like you will check the fit for the purpose at this point. It may be conducted by sampling, by testing, it may be by reading, or by interaction, or by conducting meetings, right? Relevant people, maybe socialists, you can approach a sociologist, it may approach anybody in relevant to that area. First, conduct all types of feasibility studies, then confirm that yes, it is suitable to have this so and so project here, so and so methodology here, so and so revamp in the economy system is necessary or not, or in the change in this location, right? Say, for example, this project, do you know UCSA implementation in the laboratories, face recognition techniques in implemented in laboratories. Do you know or not? It's better I talk to you because you're all different discipline people. Do you know or not?
We were asked to submit our pictures, yes.
Do you know for what purpose?
Yes.
I hear always one voice only, one nice gentleman voice. What about others? Hmm? What about others? What are they doing? Hmm?
I think
Everyone,
because of
please respond.
I think to ensure that only the student is going to perform the work or to enter the lab by his face recognition of
Face
face.
recognition. Singapore, I told you already. I think 2 weeks before the news was completely the Singapore country. They are the number one now in Asia. They have implemented face recognition system completely in all their systems, governmental, in resources, in production, in education, in almost all whole countries implemented with face recognition technique, which is more accurate, manageable, easy, and proper way of handling things are faster. Human intervention or biological intervention is very less. Convenient way of living, a better way of living by this face recognition. You don't have to remember your password. You don't have to redo. If forget, then you are using a lot of data to send email, check, and then reset, again reset. So many at the same time, isn't it? This is all avoided by face recognition technique. There
Then
are
what
so many.
about twins?
What about?
Twins.
Oh, very good question. See, that is what student. Twins. Let me think. Give me a very tough project to me. Twins. I think there will be some difference. I really do not know the computer point of how the pixels are observing the signals from the face, right? I need to check how the input is going on. Then based on that, I can explain. I will put this question to IT people. Okay, very good question you ask. How if it is the example, just two prints, copy of two twins are there. Hopefully, twins will not be studying in the same class. That is where we can escape, isn't it? You're showing your face,
Yes,
your
for
data
the
is
face
recorded as.
recognition, they use machine learning and deep learning. So machine learning and deep learning are very accurate to recognize the face.
Yeah, yeah, it may override to the same class. Okay. Let me check. Let me check how this input is going into the face recognition board so that you can differentiate the twins face, which is alike, almost same in by all way means, right? Face, the features of nose, everything is same. A spectacle and spectacle they are asking us to remove. With the spectacle also you can do it, but what if both are wearing spectacles? Hmm. This question I will give me some time now to think and answer and see how the input can be given to the system of face recognition. They would have solved. Maybe I am not aware of this. I will give you the answer by I type in the chat after the class. I think or check and then answer you. Is there any other answer? Anybody is having answer for this question?
Yeah,
How?
as I just told you, they are using machine learning and deep learning. It, it's a
What about the learning? You are giving the same input, right? The face is exactly same. But
because for the face recognition we collect about like 10,000 picture for the person. So since we took the data set of that face, we train the camera. Once we train the camera gonna be very accurate to detect the face.
no, you are testing. The question raised was that 10,000 set you are using for two different paper sets, right? 20,000 you use. Both 10,000s are same, isn't it?
The more data collect is the more accurate.
Yeah, more accurate, and then it is representing the same features, same face, correct?
But how will we get 10,000? How will we get 10,000 pictures of one person for like a large population set of like Singapore or something like that, or a class?
No. The taking multiple samples is not an issue, but the issue is same features, same alike la, similar alike God's gift. They are exactly same, right? Most of the cases they are not same. Although they are twins, they are most of the cases they are not same. Like the one is wearing spec, one is a very, a little bit fat, little bit less, right? Although the features are same, face wise they may be differing. But what if they are exact print? That's the question here. It's not about the samples. It's not about the training. It's not about the machine learning, right? Machine can learn, but the thing is how to differentiate the exact thing. I really cannot think of this one right now. The answer given by any other answer is not acceptable. Any other answer?
Miss, because once we collect the data, okay, we train the camera. The camera is trained based on the size of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so based on those, like they use the tricks for the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the whole face,
Yeah.
so it can detect who's that person exactly.
Yeah, do you know the question? What if they are twins? They are alike and they are at the same system, right? They are working there. Maybe the number one is studying in year 4, number two is studying in year 3. Exact face, exact feature, exact measurement. What if they are alike? How do you differentiate them in face recognition? That's a question here. Do you know?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, but it won't be the twins. They will not be get the same
Oh,
size
that
or the
your
nose.
claim is the machine will learn in a different way. Of course, it's going to put it in a slightly different output, right? That's your claim.
Yes.
I am not correct. I've also done some of the machine learning projects, but I can 20% agree with you. But let me check. Okay, let me check, because yeah, the threshold you can adjust or something you can adjust and check it. I mean, bring the difference, right, while training. You can, by programming you can bring the difference, but how far it is successful, sometimes it may confuse, it may not deduct exactly, right? When it may not classify exactly into year 4 and year 3. There is always a danger. This part, let me check with the programming people and tell you. Okay. Okay, good point. Thanks for the guidance, for answering. Let's move on. Okay, for exact answer we will check. where we are where we are the face recognition. IR4, I'm talking about end of the class. I should post one video, digital book. You will enjoy digital book. Maybe you or your children will be studying using digital book for your learning. That is much more interesting to you. Let me continue with this. I will give the exact answer of how the twins are separated, programmed after the class. For now, just look with what Riza, what's his name? Riza, right? Riza answered just now. Yes, machine learning can differentiate. That's his claim. Where is it? Anyway. So IR4 has implemented, right? IR4 has implemented, and you have to be getting ready and preparing yourself. Whatever the area you're learning, you should get along with that type of technique, learning its architecture, whoever it is. It may be civil engineer, chemical engineer, production engineer, petroleum engineer. You should know that you to become an expert in this. Like, you know how to use this Samsung, right? How to use iMac, the iPad and other things like Gadget. You should know how it's functioning, how it is developed. The architecture must be learned by you, whatever the engineer you are. Okay, right? Because all your technologies, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, going to be implemented into machine learning or into IR4 technologies. Okay. Why I got this point? Maybe about. Okay, later I will recall and tell you why I recall this IR4 planning stage. UCSI, right? UCSI is doing a IR4 recognition technique for the use of laboratory, proper monitoring, proper documentation. You will be submitting online, and you will get the feedback immediately. You will get the results immediately. And there is a planned timing scheduling. The beginning it may be troublesome, but later on it will make the system very effective in handling laboratory learning. For now, when you return to campus, please go through this lab, block C. Right from ground level, each level they have ground floor, second floor, fourth floor, fourth floor fourth floor. If you come, you will fainted, you will get fainted. So amazing lab you are going to have. You'll be using it later on. Okay. Robotics lab in level 4. Level 2, fluid mechanics lab, some advanced fluid mechanics, chemical and fluid mechanics lab. Ground floor also having chemical lab. Please have gone through. You will really appreciate learning. Okay. It's easy for learning and remembrance. Even the people who is not interested in learning also will start learning when you use all these technologies. Okay, but the thing is, you should keep up your interest until you achieve it. Don't get tired of or lose your interest, right? By any means, that is important. That is where the sustainability coming in, right? You have to know UCSI, they are 20-30% finished already. They're going for phase 2. By phase 2, 75% will be finished, and 25 is a front back side not renovation, extension. With that, 100% will be finished by end of the next year. Next or middle of the year it will be finished. You will appreciate it, right? Planning stage. Planning is carried out with regard to the project scheduling, budget, and quality level design. Yeah, planning level is required, wherein the quality assurance will come. Quality assurance, quality control, right? There is a difference between quality assurance and quality control. Huh? What? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Tell me, what is the difference between quality assurance and quality control? I call by name. Quality assurance and quality control.
One is done before the product is made, and one is done after the product is made.
Fantastic answer. What is the gentleman name? What's your name?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. From which country?
Maldives.
Maldives. Your intelligent people from Maldives. Thank you. Good. Assurance is in the planning stage. Before you start the project, you have to give all the assurance. Do this, and achieve this. And then after you complete your project, keep monitoring. The monitoring will be covered by quality control. They have to follow the standards, update the standards, specifications, codes, guidelines, all have to be updated on and off, so that the system is running properly. Okay, that's important. I request answer from everybody. Make it very interactive. Just we are spending hardly 1 hour, and then you go to do any job, right? Enjoy the rest of the day, but be attentive for 1 hour at least. Execution stage. Okay, planning stage, you need to plan for start from timings, quality, materials, and then budget, right? Budget also important, whether you're going to loan, half loan, government loan, private loan, or by owner, paid by the owner. And then quality level, if it is a water quality project, whether you're going to achieve the standard A, standard B, standard C, right? Depends on the purpose. You can set your standard of achieving your quality. If it is your cyber security project, what level? Firewall is covering only this range, only this country, that country, or only these people. Your human level. And then stage, the production of physical product, right? Once you plan, you start doing your project, maybe construction project, you start executing your project. Yes, any question? Yeah, any question? The production of physical product. So it may be product, it may be a construction, it may be a machine, anything, right? Or the material. Can you all mute your mic? If you want to talk, switch on and talk. Otherwise, please mute your mic. So at the end of the, after planning, you can start executing the project stage by stage, construction by construction, or it may be just if it is a review project. If it is a review project, you do all types of reading, top to bottom, synthesize your learning, put into different aspects of your finding. All these things will be execution side. So once you develop the product, once you complete your analysis, that gives the end of the project. Then delivery stage, start publishing, right? Or start submitting for your mark. Your project need to be submitted for getting your mark, grade, and then you say whether you pass and what is the grade you got it. All these things will be delivery stage. If it is a product, you need to put into market, gets all the approval standards, then put into use for the public. It may be implementation, maybe erection, or just commissioning, or put it into the market, right? Sold to the market, or it might be used, right? Used by the consumer. All these things can be at the delivery stage. Completion and handing over the project to the owner, right? Maybe owner project. If it is a building project, he asks you to build a house, school building, then you need to finish and give to him, right? Or his own bungalow, finish and hand over to him. That will be the delivery stage. This may also include repair and maintenance activities. There are some rules and regulations, bylaws are there, and specifications are there. You need to follow, right? Handing over. At that time also there are some maintenance and repairs. Touch-up work will be there if it is a construction project. The project cycle is concluded by a demolition or decommissioning activity. Yeah, which determines, we started with the defining stage, right? Defining stage, planning stage, execution stage. People are using it, people are monitoring it, right? Our government is monitoring the project. Say for example, the start and death of uh, no, it's not died already, but we can say some other technologies like camera, no, what camera, Kodak camera, life is lost, and printing. Nowadays, the printing is also getting outdated, and all printers gone out because most of us are going online. The printers' life also, the printers, the hard copy printers. Since we are worried about bothering about cutting trees, no more printer. Our paperless job, automatically printers are all losing printers and their jobs there. People involved are losing their jobs, getting outdated, out of many of the businesses out of the country now. The businesses which were in my father's time, in time or your childhood time, are outdated now, no longer in the market, isn't it? In that case, so that determines the end of the project life cycle finish already. So until it is put not used or outdated, expired, the project still be going on, right? So end of the project may be, after all using the house, after all its service period, like if it's a building, they say 100 years. That's why you say lease project, freehold project. You know why they fix the 100 year, 99 years is the, if you go and buy a project, a house building or condo, you or your father, your relatives going to buy a property. You want a freehold or a leasehold? Means what? Freehold means forever is your property, your own property. Leasehold, 99 years only you are the owner. 100th year it will be returned to government. Why? Actual service period of a building, constructed building, if not in the water, constructed building is only 100 years. That's why they fix the years. So 99th year determines the death of the project, or you need compulsory demolition and reconstruction. Not renovation, demolition and reconstruction totally from the foundation. All spoiled already, right? If it is a treatment plant, maybe for 50 years, you need to demolish and then reconstruct it. If it is your computer project, server I have no idea, but you know, all of you, right? Server, you should know what is the service period. No, nowadays and the electronic system and the computer systems, right? Every day birth and death is every day. Today's technology, tomorrow outdated, no longer in use. Another technology in place, another super. Today is 5G, tomorrow 6G. 6G, they are all working on 5G now, right? Whatever, 4G, 4G, 3G, 5G, yeah, 6G. People are working on 6G now, and 5G is yet to come into market. They started working on 5G technology, 5G, fifth generation technology. Like that, the system is getting developed day by day, right? Very fast growing. You must get along with that. Here we are. So a life and death you should know for any project, right? So once you finish the project used outdated, that determines completion of the project or end of the life cycle of that particular project or product. Let's understand how you can make a Gantt chart. GANTT, Gantt chart or project schedule. How you can develop your own project scheduling. It's one of the important tasks that project manager, executive must do it, right? Have you all done in your project? Then you're really a good manager. Project managers and executives are well paid today, equivalent to a design engineers, or more than design engineer, because he is only controlling the design engineers. He is all in all, around the clock with the system, doing things, maybe using AR, VR, augmented technology, via virtual technology, whatever the technology in hand, he is using it. He is the one handling it. So well paid, well respected job. Remember that. One of that, right? There are a few jobs like computer programmers, businessmen, right? Business field also, they are growing very well. Equivalently, this is one of the field that controls, right? Controls every other field. It can be a business leader, it can be a medical leader, it can be a education leader, and so on. All have to use the project management technology for a successful running of their day-to-day life. Come on, answer me. How many of you adapted this project Gantt chart or project scheduling in your project right now? I don't say it's a mandatory, but have you ever thought of it in your minutes of meeting? You're supposed to have minutes of meeting, right? You like Abdul, you do this one. Lee Jin, you have to do this one. This is the time. Chia, you have to do this time. Did you plan? Can you all switch on your camera? Whoever can, please switch on your camera. Even the technology developed, people are not getting developed now. This has to be taught, I think. Yeah? You're not coming forward. Make it interactive. Please switch on your camera, whoever can, so that we know who is talking, and your friends also come to know each other. Networking is important, Engineers can to be successful. Networking. Although COVID has punished us like this, you can overcome, right? Know each other. You may be having a good friend in Maldives or in Sudan, maybe missing right now, isn't it? Or in what? Sri Lanka, India. So you should know. Answer me. Have you used this technology in your thought of it? Never. If not, you please try to adapt. It's not compulsory, but it's good you adapt it. You have thought about it. At least, if not formal way, at least you thought of it. Hey, this man will do this first, from this period to this period. I'm sure you would have done. Otherwise, you cannot handle it. The second man, you do the design, you do the collection, you do the write up. Okay, that kind of planning with time tag, budget, and quality. Then it forms your project schedule already, project life cycle chart already, what Gantt chart already. Okay, how is it to be? How is it done? Come on, it can be like this, right? A flow diagram or a chart or a graph. Activities on this side, time on this side. Can be like this. This is one way of doing. Let's see one by one. And there are many features that you need to understand. Okay, come on, start with activities. Just now we classify the project life cycle, right? 4 stages. Maybe having split up details inside. Let's see one by one. When you put the activities here, start from here, zeroth level. Zeroth level, you have the inspection time, inception, starting, initial meeting, get all the partners in, know each other, know your field, know your background, right? And start thinking of what type of project, what type of problem can be handled. That will be forming the inception. Spend some time, like 0 to 1 month or half a month. If I take this planning stage, and let it be taking a year, first month to 12th month. Imagine, for example, I started with, it's a 1-year project. This is my January or June, the first month of the project. Say, for example, January 2021, I'm starting. December 2021, I need to finish. So you can put it into the logical order or hierarchical order like this. Started with inception. Inception is started at the 0th day, right? January 1st, going until 13 or 15 of the month. And then feasibility. Once you decided the topic, check the feasibility, whether really suitable, going to the site, meeting with the people, taking the machine itself, the previous machines, that is, if it is a machine design, you take the machine itself and check, right? Visit the projects, the existing projects, and check whether it's feasible or not. If it is a place, go to the place. If it is a people, meet with the people, whether it is suitable for the people or not. If it is a problem, what? If we will have quizzes, maybe to 9:20 I stop. Just bear with me, a few more slides only. I have only few slides in this, don't worry. Let me finish it. Feasibility, so you all the feasibilities, checking for selecting this particular topic, is it suitable or not? All these things you will check here. Then that will go for another 1 month or 1.5 month. Say here is February started, right? 1 month you are spending for this one, or maybe you take 3 months time, January to March. Then start planning, designing, right? All the planning stage, collection of materials, collection of standards, and then formulation of the problem. Everything will go here. Once you finish, develop and execute here, and then deliver, implement it. The implementation may have repair, maintenance, operation, sometimes a bit of renovation maybe here, and then final stage after this is we can go for, it shows the depth of the project or completion of the project. No longer you are managing this project from this point onwards. The project ended at this point. It may be a demolition, expiration, or outdating, and so on. Or you already publish. If it is a journal paper publication, you started the project, you publish here already. Your project that you are doing for your courses, you submitted already, you got the grade already, finish. Okay, it's not always death, it may be successful, the won the task, won the game, that shows the end of the project already. So you can plot it like this in a horizontal way. And there is one more factor involved in, let's see what are they. The project scheduling is not stopped until this. There's one more step. Where is it now? No, not here. Where I mentioned that point, honey. But I will tell you. In any project scheduling, it is not stopped until this. You will have milestone. It's called milestone. Okay, milestone, milestone. Each project will have a milestone, right? Milestone means you will be checking. One moment. I don't know why it's always. Milestone determines the target, right? The target can be at each and every stage, or after achieving 2 stages or 3 stages. Okay, you should have set the milestone in the project. That is most important in any project. Without milestone, it is as though you are doing the, what do you call, you will not have a proper monitoring all through the project, right? I will explain you later on. I also handled some of the local projects, national projects, international projects. In all, they say the milestone. Milestone might be a reporting period, might be a visit by your owner or by your executive engineer or by your peers, or the lecturers will see, hey, what is the midterm review? Have you done this part, this part? I need to evaluate in between how much you have done. All these things are called milestone. A target. Okay. So for example, the three you can combine at this point. You say you already designed the product. That may be one of the milestone. And this stage may be you already implemented. And the last stage may be whether all the resources are utilized, whether the objectives achieved or not, whether it has come until the service period of the planning or not. That may be the third milestone. You can have any number of stages of work, but you should have a definite milestone, achievable, deliverable at certain levels. It may be after 3 levels, it may be after 4 levels, at different points. So that will help you to be very alert and monitor them successfully. Okay. Then comes, so in addition to do a project, maybe you can have the other one, but I cannot say. You can just bold it here or mark a red line here, red line here. The milestone can be represented onto the diagram in terms of a red line, a red mark there. Okay, you can just bold it and keep it as a red mark here, so that that's a point, crucial point you really have to report. Check yourself whether you achieve the target or not. To complete, okay, project management objectives. To complete a project on time, to complete the project within the budget, to complete the project with a desired quality. Okay, there are some goals, right? There are, just now we saw the characteristics. Can you repeat what are the 7 or 6 characteristics? 7, I think. 7 characteristics of the project. 6. Actually, quality, I did not, but leave it. 6 characteristics of a project. These are the 6 characteristics you learned just now, right? In addition to that, there are some overall, all the 6 characteristics have one boss on top, which is objectives of a project. Objectives may be time. I underline here time. It may be time, on time deliverables, and then budget. Within the budget, whatever the changes, whatever the laws, should be within the budget. Then you are the best engineer for that project. Okay. The mistake may be the workman, by you, or by your boss, or by the owner. Suddenly he wants to change to another requirement. Then you need to fulfill within the budget. You must find out the way. There might be ways, or may not be. But your duties as an engineer, you need to plan whether it can be controllable within the budget or not. Right. At the same time, whether you can finish on within the time. And then quality, you should not compromise for the quality because you want to change, because you want to finish up quickly, right? So these 3 parameters should always be there, which can be controlled by means of this Gantt chart. If you have this, it will automatically, because it's computer, if you move one line, it will automatically show interconnected. This thing, this one is connected to a time. You can also have another way of plotting chart with the quality. It can show clearly from the graph. You can check in the soft copy. In the soft copy in the computer Excel sheet, you can automatically when you move this to this, move the active the time quality across these 3 factors. Okay, you can conveniently and cleverly manage whenever you encounter any problem. For example, the current project you are doing, suddenly initially they say face to face, then change to online, right? Dual mode, change to online, and then change to maybe we expected, right? So these types of variations should not be affecting your learning or your execution of the project. So you need to play between these factors, right? These factors conveniently, and so that you can complete the project within the time, within the budget, without losing the quality. You must achieve the desired quality set for the particular project. Don't forget these 3 things. There is one more factor. Maybe I will bring when I come to my mind. I will tell you. In addition to that, there is one more. Society. I think society. When you come products, and mostly the products like computer, phone, telephone. The phones, medicines. And nowadays they are adding one word, society. In addition to quality is already there. Society. You should mind the society. The management should not kill the society, the variation in the society. So there are many things that the debates are going on. So you should also have society in mind when you do your project. Importance of planning and scheduling. When you do sociological studies or your project is sociology related, that component will be very much important. Okay. Importance of planning and scheduling. What are the importance benefits you're going to achieve? The fonts is clear, right? I can increase it. Very low. To increase project efficiency, right? Everyone wants high efficiency, right? 100% efficiency. Whatever the case, labor's coming or not, labor's employed or not, lost job or not, we want 100% efficiency. We may be greedy. Okay. So how to achieve? By this project management. To increase project efficiency, performance, identify, assess the reduce risk. You can identify, assess, right? Because you have a chart, you can identify whether the particular task is finished or not. If not finished, parallelly you check whether the material is not supplied. It's very interesting. Like if you take into a real project, if I have time, I will bring it. Otherwise, I just show the example how this project is running. You identify the problem, assess it, and reduce the risk. Okay. Whenever there is a raw material supply at that day, or you cannot find your material at all for your assembling your column or you cannot find your chip or your the tools for welding, preparing your microprocessor, developing your circuit. If the tools are not available or very expensive, right? Very expensive. All the shops are closed, for example. These types of risks coming in, you should be able to manage, right? How are you going to manage? Whether you're going to extend the time or change to other type of project, all these things you should be able to manage, handle the risk. Okay, handle the risk. Number one, identify, assess how much it is going to affect, and reduce it. When you assess it, you're already reduce the risk because you know what's going to happen. You can predict. You can predict based on the past graph, ups and downs. You can predict what may be. Based on that, you be planned right now today. Have enough material in hand right now, or less material, or buy a bulk, or no need to buy. It's going to settle down soon. Having known that it's going to settle down soon, you know, no need to stuck it. You can buy and settle your projects, run your projects. To define the sequence of activities to ensure optimal use of resources. Yeah, because it's all plotted already, you can visualize how much use, how much pending, how much activities carried out, right? In olden days, all in mind, oral, but nowadays we are reducing human burden by means of these gadgets. Gadgets are there. It can have any number of memories to store your data and help you to analyze, to provide a framework for decision making in the event of the change, right? Mm. It's not only if you program it, if you put, there are some softwares which has some alternatives, right? Making decision. You have problems, you feed in the data, you can come out with a solution and the framework or the strategies, alternate methods also possible nowadays, to provide a framework for decision making in the event of changes. All these things you cannot keep in mind. You may have project management skills, or it not only one person or a computer team. The team can help you in developing strategies, changing policies, changing framework. Each human being is more than a computer, right? So your team can come out with a change in policy, change in framework to react for the situation. The assess project cost and whether the project is within the budget, right? It's already there. Because the Gantt chart is having these two factors, you can conveniently manage between costs and the budget. And then you need to borrow, whether all the money is used or not, how much is spending, how much material required to procure, and so on. To know how long the project will take. Yeah, sitting here, today, this is November 5. You can say what will happen on March 10th, what will happen in future April 15, if the project is supposed to be ending in December. So you can predict, you cannot predict, you can focus what will happen in the future, or forecast the scenario of the project for the next month or following month. You have time, right? Yeah. To disseminate, no, yeah, to disseminate information to people. Yeah, because you're having network already, right? You're having a network, you have formed a team. It is a multidisciplinary project, multitask. It is convenient for you to publish. Like I did one project funded by Asia Pacific Network. There were UK, India, Malaysia, and then Singapore. Once we come out with the solution, we started implementing in our own country, right? Malaysia, including Malaysia. So we started the pilot study in our own countries. Singapore partner there, he did implemented in his country. UK he did, and India, Malaysia. Like that, they can implement their own findings in their own region, come out with a solution. Dissemination is easier. You don't, sitting here, you don't have to wait for publication in UK. How this technology will be accepted by in UK, will be the technology that you Malaysia can be accepted in India. No need to bother. The people are easily implementing it because of your teamwork, managing project by means of Gantt charts, following the characteristics, following the objectives, following the deadlines and milestones. That is how you can successfully develop and execute a project. Types of costs involved. This is another topic you need to know. Hmm. Types of costs involved in the project. Direct costs, direct labor costs, direct non-labor costs, indirect costs. So some economic details also given to you. In any project, it is we mentioned just cost, right? You need to have a control on the cost, budget, And the type of costs, if you classify in the very first look, it may be labor costs. The wages are costing more in any project, and then material costs. Next to that is material costs. The major things that will incur more money will be that you need that need a plan, that need a proper management is non-labor costs, which are materials, equipments, transport, contractors, right? So contracting, outsourcing, and so on. Lastly, indirect costs that cannot be attributed to a single task of work, such as office rental, utility bills, etc. Recurring bills, recurring is not one-time expenditure, recurring expenses which you cannot plan actually, right? How long you are going to be there in a particular house, and what is the rental in the particular workshop, a particular building. Your office is going to be there in the particular building. How much is the rental? You cannot predict, but be prepared and save your profits, a portion of profit, to monitor the project during its service period. So these are all the planning you have to do, understanding the type of costs involved in a project. I repeat, labor costs, material costs, indirect costs, or reoccurring costs. Costs you should understand and handle them properly. Techniques for cost estimating. There are some values are given here. Expert's opinion, analogy estimate. Proposed cost will be analogous cost times proposed capacity over analogous power, 0.7. Some exponential value, 0.7, a fractional value. There is an equation. There is an equation from economics. You can calculate. Proposed cost may be analogous. Analogous means just work out analytically with numbers and just work out and come out with the answer. What may be the budget cost of the project? What is the proposed capacity, right? The capacity capacity means it may be a profit, how much profit it can earn, and then analogous capacity, what may be the actual capacity, right? Actual by worked out. This may be actual, this may be worked out capacity. So taking this ratio, power 0.7 times the analogous cost will be your proposed cost. This can be understood only by example, otherwise it's very difficult. I repeat, you can estimate a project cost by multiplying the analogous cost, working out each and everything like labor, material, and ad hoc or recurring charges. Exactly work out one by one, come out with this value number 1 times proposed capacity, proposed capacity to a analogous capacity. It may be from his profit or from his saving, also can be possible, right? You can calculate what may be the capacity, whether the owner is going to spend the full money, or is going to borrow, or he's going to make some profit out of it. So you can plug in the value here, and then this may be the actual one, in hand, and this may be analogous. Again, it's a worked out calculated value. Power 0.7 can give you a rough cost estimate of a project. Is for first hand I'm giving you, but there are some methods other than this type. This will give you a first hand information to develop your cost analysis, prepare your project management schedule. Parametric estimate. It may be proposed cost equal to parameter. Sometimes parameter is costing more, the entities are costing more, the tasks involved may be costing more. In that case, number one parameter times number of parameters times cost per unit parameter, right? You should know which is incurring more, whether the out of 3 types of cost, whether the material is more costing more, labor is costing more. Sometimes the labor is costing more than material. This will be there in computer related. Materials will be something cheaper nowadays. Nowadays technology, the gadgets are going down, the purchase, the cost is going down, but labor charge, right? The fees for the project engineer, computer engineer, programmer will be very high. So labor cost will be very high. So you need to play between which is the major cost in the project. Accordingly, you take it, the parameter per unit, the cost per unit or cost per unit wage. Hello, sir. Oh, it's only time. You have 10 more minutes. So you can develop based on the task or based on the material which is costing more, so that you can calculate the proposed total cost. Okay, and then cost indexing. Maybe I do this part with the example next class. I come out with the examples easy for you to understand. I stop here for this class.